What's up? How's it going? It's me, and I'm ready to play some games. I've been thinking a lot about doing this, and I've decided that today is the day. New year, new me. Happy holidays. Uh, Happy New Year. I don't know why. But anywho, ooh, sharp plug. Okay, we're definitely going for that. But yeah, I've been kind of inspired by some Lazy Matt Man, and I also really liked how. Oh my god, this is definitely a run. I also really liked how basically at some points it kind of felt like he was doing it as like a video diary, and if he isn't fully leaning into it, well, I sure am. So here I am, and we're going to be playing Isaac, and we're gonna be talking about our days. And I think hopefully like 30 years into the future, I can watch these videos and I can kind of have some good memories about what's been going on in my 24s, in my 20s. Okay, we're gonna aim for this sharp plug, but I don't know if we can grab it. But if we can, I don't even know if it's like incredible. Actually, now that I think of it, but it should be fine. But yeah, let's talk about our days, like how's your day going, 35-year-old me? What is it gonna look like 10 years into the future, right? Like, are you doing much better than I am? Because I don't know if you'll remember, but this is definite 2020. Oh my god. Okay. 2025 Christmas was definitely one of the worst Christmases I've had. And the reason why is because I broke up with my girlfriend. And I've been coining it. All right, hold on, this guy is so annoying. I've been coining this breakup as my first heartbreak because with my first relationship, I was the one who wanted to break up. And so I had like a lot of time to really think it over. But with this breakup, oh man, I was really attached, and I feel like I was head over heels for her, and like it just didn't work out, and it was kind of like a messy breakup too. It wasn't like a clean one, but it's all good now. And I've really taken the time to reassemble myself, and I feel like a whole new person. And I feel like a lot of the people who are around me are saying, like, just really surprised at how much progress I've made already, and I'm really proud of everything. And that's why I'm here doing this recording, because I want proof that I live. Not proof that I lived, but proof that I live. Secret room, gonna give us 2 bombs, pretty nice. No need to really bomb the what are these guys called again? The greeds? Something like that. Anywho, we're gonna move on. It's gonna come to me eventually, Hey, this is my first time, my first time making a video like this. I'll get better at it. I think like big word in my life right now is momentum, and I've really stopped trying to pursue perfection. There might be a secret room here. Okay. I've really tried to stop pursuing perfection, and I've been learning recently a lot about mental health and breakups and relationships. And this kind of like sneaking suspicion that I've always had is that I feel like I probably have adult ADHD. And like it wasn't very apparent when I was a kid, but I'm 24 now, and there's a lot of things surfacing that have been kind of like affecting my life a lot. And one of them is like this constant need for perfection. And when I was younger, I always thought that perfection was an awesome thing to strive for because it made you improve. But I learned recently, and I really like this. I learned this concept that was basically like, if you use it's not really exact, but the whole idea is like, if you keep going for perfection and you use that as a benchmark, it means that I guess like it's like you are so low that you have nothing to base off of but the very best. Anywho, I don't think I worded that very well. I'll try to find it, but I probably am too lazy. But overall, just oh my god. You see, this is what happens when I talk. I'll stop making excuses though. This is the last time I'll say it, you know. But talking and playing is not as easy as it looks. Especially when you're covering topics such as mine, you know, because I was thinking like, hey, what do I want to hear about myself? And who am I really, right? And what I am really is just somebody who really likes to talk about, I think, heavier things and things that I've learned. Just very thoughtful things, I would say. Anyways, going back to so I'm not really letting that like need to be perfect take control over me anymore, and my consensus is just basically like, well, hell, if I'm gonna make videos, I'm just gonna make them. I don't need them to be perfect anymore, and I'm sure this is decently relatable to a lot of people. So you know, and I thought I got over it, but there's always layers. So I've gotten over a specific layer that lets me kind of go like, hey, I'm just gonna make these videos. If I stammer, then so be it, right? It'd be like that. Anywho, let's fight. This floor wasn't very exciting, so let's go ahead and fight Rainmaker or something. And we're just gonna play the game. Oh my gosh, I'm boned. This positioning of this boss is terrible. Okay, we're fine. But let's talk about my day, right? How has my day been? Really happy that I'm kind of reinventing myself. I know it sounds corny, like, oh, you just got over a breakup and now you're a completely different person, but dude, I get it now. I get it. And about that, okay, so here's one thing that I did. I've been doing this as of 2 days ago, and it's really helped my life a lot, which is like, I started just planning out my day by putting it on a Post-it note, and I just like forget the planning out, forget the writing stuff down, because like I still don't think it was like life-changing per se, but the part that I really liked is crossing off the things that I planned on doing. That really helped me a lot, and being able to cross things out was just super nice. In here, I don't think we really care, so we're just gonna go 50-50 and we'll see what we get. What is this? What is this? I can't see. The chariot. Eat the pill. Full health. Awesome. And then we go. Or should we check the shop? Nah. Let's just go. And what's really nice, I think, about this format that I want to follow, just like logging my days, is that when I have these Post-its, ouch. Okay, that was embarrassing. When I have these Post-its, I can actually just put them on the side of my screen and refer to it to kind of recap my day, which is super nice. And so the next thing, ouch, that I see crossed off, originally the first thing I was gonna do today was pay rent, but turns out it's the weekend, so the credit union's not open. So I'm gonna have to do that first thing in the morning on the 5th. So and that's cutting it really close. Check the shop, more options relatively early on. I think we kind of like that. We do have bombs, so we can do this. Got the nickel, grab this thing, and we can go. And so yeah, I didn't get to pay rent, but one thing that I have been trying. Hold on, I'm so screwed. All right, watch this. Okay, fine. One thing that I've been really trying to do is get freaking contacts for myself, because I have been trying for so long, and I just cannot find the motivation to do it. It's not really like motivation, but it's like there's always something keeping me from doing it. Like, oh, the quarter has been swarming me with work, and I've been trying to get contacts so that when I surf, I can actually see like beyond 2 feet. I don't know how much that is in non-freedom units. I'm kidding, by the way. I'm actually, we all know. For those who don't know, I'm from Taiwan, so centimeters and Celsius is where I come from. But yeah, I really can't see on the water. I've been trying to get contacts ever since I started surfing in the summer. That's almost half a year ago, and I still haven't done it. And like that really says a lot about me, like and the craziest part is like it's not that I just don't have the motivation. I'm like, I'm not gonna do it. I don't care, dude. I don't do it, and I care that I don't do it, And it's like I'm learning a lot more about adult ADHD and like a lot of choice paralysis and all that jazz. And so really, like, I gotta say, putting it on that post-it, first time I did it was the first time I put it on the post-it was the first time I straight up went and did it. I walked over there. Lacrophagy's kind of nice. I kind of like it. There's a lot of potential for synergies, but we gotta go question mark. That's okay. So I finally went to the optometrist and I tried to do a walk-in. And, you know, I was tempted to kind of call, but I think some part of me is just really bad at doing calls to establishments because, ouch, because I can never kind of find the words like, hey, are you, you know, do you guys have an opening? Or, you know, like, what is even the proper wording? Like, for I was thinking about like a dentist appointment. I was like, I would like to do like a regular checkup. Is that even the word, right? If I found that earlier, I think I could have done it, but it's a little late now. So yeah, like overall, really happy that I went, and I did a walk-in and they didn't have any openings, but I managed to put my information in. Really like get the whole like UC ship insurance thing going, because like I don't get it and nobody gets it, but we all pay for it and I feel really bad about it, but I'm doing something, so I guess I'll feel less bad about that right now. And yeah, like the lady was like, hey, what kind of insurance do you have? And I'm like, oh, UC ship, and that's all I knew, you know. But I took out my insurance card and I showed the lady the insurance card. Funniest thing is like several hours later, I get a voicemail saying like, hey, we'd like to talk to you about your coverage because we don't know what your coverage is. And I'm like, yeah, see, nobody knows what UC ship is. I don't get it too. But we're gonna figure it out. And then I'm gonna get a new frame and a new, ouch, new contacts, which visually is not gonna change my appearance at all. We're gonna get some HP up, which is pretty cool. We're gonna go here, and we're gonna get a Holy Grail. And are we going to go key piece? What? Oh, okay. Are we gonna go key pieces? I think we are. So let's go ahead and do that. Placenta coming in clutch. We're getting a lot of HP. That's really nice. The little scapegoat doing a little scapegoat thing. I like it. Yeah. So I do want to talk like a lot about my life, but at the same time, if I do it too much, it's just going to end up screwing with my gameplay. So hopefully I can find an even balance. I do think I'm not that bad at Isaac. Like mechanically I am playing Isaac I'm a pretty nice Isaac player. Ouch. Right? Like right there. Write that down, guys. So, oh, placenta coming in again. I like that. But anyways, like, I'm just too excited to talk about the next thing, which is I finally got my ears pierced, and I'm really happy about it. The experience was super nice. The place that I went to was a tattoo parlor, indeed. I asked my brother about like where I should go, and he recommended me go someplace that was more like a piercing specialty place, but I couldn't really find anything like that in Santa Cruz. Let's just bomb this for fun. Oh yeah, anyways. So I went, and it was actually super nice. The aesthetic of the place was really modern and really cozy, and it had like this whole like oak wood like vibe to it. Big fan of that, honestly. And the guy, oh, I have flight, guys. Oh my gosh. Anyways, the guy that did that, what do I even say? The guy that serviced me, he was super nice, and I found out that he was a gamer, and he's currently playing Clair Obscur. So hey, Mason, if you're watching this, shout out to you. You were the beginning of everything. Anyways, and yeah, like I got my ears pierced, and I really enjoyed the entire experience. The guy was really friendly and just overall like definitely subverted all my expectations. And when I got my ears pierced, yeah, it did hurt a little, but I'm glad that I can finally say that I can attest to the fact that it does not hurt more than like a shot. It does not hurt more than your average booster shot. So If you can handle that, then you can handle a permanent form of self-expression. You know, like it's not even a temporary thing, you know. So yeah, I'm just trying to heal up the piercing the best I can, and yeah, today I took a lot of effort into washing it and stuff. I wasn't sure if I was seeing it correctly, but I do think that there's a lot of discoloring because I just got them pierced. But yeah, I'll let you know. I don't even care about that so hard. I'll let you know what ends up happening. But overall, just super happy. It really did a lot for my self-confidence, and this is something I struggle with a lot. I've been really learning a lot about just self-worth and validation. I realized like quite recently that I have been chasing external validation for a very long time in my life, and I think the first few times I tried to get into content creation, I was always trying to be validated, and that was a problem. It made me get discouraged. And this time around, though, I'm, you know, hearing my inspiration, Lazy Matman, talk about basically like, hey, he does it so that he can watch it in the future. I was like, that's such a good reason to want to make videos. And then like I started watching some of my old videos, the ones that I poured my heart and soul into editing, you know, and then like I was like, yeah, these are some good memories. Eat this pill. Okay. These are some really good memories, and I think the only thing that I thought was like, dude, if I just made like videos like this, there would just be an equal amount of heart and soul, if not more, you know, because it's just that much more vulnerable, it's that much more raw. So definitely leaning into the content creation from a different angle this time. And yeah, it's less about people pleasing and more about, I keep forgetting that's not a thing, more about pleasing myself. And pleasing myself I am right now, and don't take that the wrong way, but I'm really, honestly, it's been a while since I felt this way, but I have felt pretty happy lately. Okay, I cannot really use any of these. None of these. Oh my god, please. You know what? If you want to eat me more, yeah, eat me more. Okay? Take my energy, take my charge. I don't care. What was I saying? Content creation. Yeah, I'm doing it. You are seeing it, and I'm talking to you. This you is mainly just me in 10 years, right? Like, we all know that's what's really happening. And I think that's what's gonna, oh, ouch. That's what's gonna keep me going, honestly. And we'll see where this takes me, but I just really want to share with you like all the improvements I've made, all the revelations I've made, what I've been up to, my day-to-day, just overall like how well I'm doing, honestly. And hey, man, even if there's tough days, I guess I'll try to make a video then too. You know, it might be like a 5-minute video where I open it up and I say, hey guys, having a really tough day today, but I'll play until I die, and then 5 minutes in I just straight up die because I'm too too stressed out or some shit. Who knows? But we'll try our best. And honestly, I'm kind of looking forward to it, like, because I need to teach myself that, like, dude, things don't have to be perfect, right? And like when I pump out just some your regular scheduled Isaac video, is just some garbage 5-minute video where I try to talk and then I can't, and then I die in 5 minutes, you know. I will put that out, and it'll teach my brain that, like, hey dude, things don't need to be perfect. And speaking of teaching your brain how to deal with certain things, this is something that I've been doing the past 2 days, and during Christmas break I was really looking forward to actually trying this. And it's it has to do with the fact that lately, especially with like the relationship really putting me to my emotional brink, I've come to realize that I'm actually quite desocialized. And like because of that, I have like this really crazy social anxiety that I do not want to have anything to do with. I'm larger now, guys. Sun is nice. We probably don't need the chariot. Okay, we're gonna go. So I realized like, yeah, I feel like I'm a little desocialized. I have this crazy social anxiety. I was describing this to somebody, and then turns out a lot of people with ADHD tend to have this, tend to relate to this, although it's not exclusive. But it's like, in terms of communication skills and social interactions, right? This is something that I have been doing for a really long time, and I think it also ties into people pleasing, which is also something that I'm working on. I feel like a lot of issues are quite related and quite intertwined. So what is this issue? It's the fact that I would listen to people and I would be so nervous about like any silences, because like to me, for some reason, or not for some reason, but I guess like the way my nervous system has been conditioned to adapt to situations, it thinks that like silence, or it my nervous system thinks that it's my duty to entertain the person I'm talking to, right? And this comes from a place of low self-worth and low self-esteem, thinking like, oh, I gotta make up for it. My company alone is not enough. And so what I would do is like, oh, I have to be an entertainer. I have to be cool, funny. I have to be my image of who I think is somebody who is likable. And because of that, if there was silence, I'd be like, uh-oh, they're not enjoying the conversation. What are we gonna do? And then there would be like, my nervous system would enter fight or flight mode. But come on, we're trying to have a conversation. We're trying to have a good time. And I gotta say, like, even though I didn't want to feel it, and I think, I would try my best to hide it, at the end, like, having this anxiety to please people would kind of give me an energy where visibly people could tell that I was not comfortable, and it would make them uncomfortable too. I don't think we care about either of these, so we're just gonna leave. This is not a very interesting double deal. Anywho, I kind of like what we're doing right now. So what am I doing, right? What did I prescribe myself? Well, like you gotta be careful with this if you're relating to this. Is like, you may think that like, oh, if you have trouble socializing, just socialize more, right? But you have to do it correctly. I've learned from Dr. K, the GOAT, has been really helping me a lot, that it's not just about like, oh, go out and socialize more. It's about kind of putting yourself in the uncomfortable situation and then not like immediately running away, immediately going like never again. It's not about having tried and then going like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm not doing that again for a while. It's about putting yourself in that social discomfort, and it kind of, and then like your nervous system's like, oh, fight or flight, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. But then you stay around the threat and it's actually fine, So yeah, anyways, that's just like the general approach. Oh, Snot Goblin, super good. That's like the general approach, right? And what I prescribed myself is basically, I live super duper close to this awesome cliff. It's called West Cliff. It's right next to the beach or the ocean. It's got a great view, and most importantly, oh my gosh, it's next to the ever so beloved lighthouse in Santa Cruz. Awesome surfing spot, and lots of people go there to have a great view and watch the surfers. And sometimes I'm one of the surfers that are being watched, except I'm probably the worst one out there. But it's not gonna stay that way for very long. And so I plan on basically walking down that cliff for two reasons. One is fitness, because dude, I can get 10,000 steps in just by going one direction until I can't go, and then until I can't like go any further, and then turning around and going back home. That gets me 10,000 steps, takes me around an hour and 15 minutes to do. Super good, like for my health, and honestly, I feel like I can see the results already, so that's really awesome. And the second objective that I want is, I often like walking down that cliff. I've already been like a really big fan of walking down the cliff, and often I will see somebody and I will want to talk to them or compliment like their outfit or something. And because of my low self-esteem, I have this intrusive voice inside of me telling me like, come on, they don't care about you. They don't want to hear from you. Like they're gonna give you the stink eye. And like you know what's the most ridiculous part? Even if one person gives me the stink eye, even if 2 people give me the stink eye, right? Realistically, it's not gonna be everyone. You know, maybe you can get unlucky and quite a few people in a row give you the stink eye, but it's not gonna be every time. And if you think about it from like the perspective of a fighting game, right? The risk reward of like, okay, 9 people give you the stink eye, they're really rude to you, right? And you feel really rejected and stuff. And then one person's really stoked to hear from you, to kind of talk to you, right? The expected value of that is just so high. And so it's like, it's so ridiculous, isn't it? Like the power of our brain, honestly, just telling us like that we cannot do this or we cannot do that. I just got really distracted because there was a really loud sound in my room, but turns out it's just the wall. Anywho, so I'm trying to basically, yeah, talk to people, and let me give you an update on how today went. So obviously, like, I can't just like start walking down the cliff and start like being like the Prince Charming and really talking to people, right? Especially like even more intimidating, right? Like, come on, let's be real. Even more intimidating than talking to normal people is talking to like people who are really attractive, right? In this case, for me, it's like attractive, really pretty girls, right? I'm not gonna. Hey, man, I'm gonna. If I'm gonna log these videos, I'm gonna be very transparent, right? And yeah, it's hard to approach these people. You feel like they're very high value, and like you feel like not that high value, right? So yeah, no, I'm not expecting to like be like that off the get-go. Maybe I'll admit like the first time, which is the day before yesterday, I was trying to be like, okay, I'm gonna be all super awesome, talk to hella people, but no, all I could do was get myself to make eye contact and nod and smile, right? This is something that I'm pretty good at doing. I've been trying to be better about that for around a year, and I think I've gotten better, right? And so yeah, that's all I could kind of. Oh, we like that. Oh, we like that a lot. Anyways, do we have shot speed? We have shot speed. We need to lower our shot speed. Anywho, someone's in here. Someone's in here. I keep getting shot. I keep getting hit, and honestly, it's fine. We're playing Maggie, and we have Goathead, and this. What better way to start off a video series than with Magdalene and Goathead, and we're gonna take that. So I'm very happy about what's going on. Anyways, so what about today, right? Today compared to yesterday. Oh yeah, it wasn't the day before. What about today compared to yesterday? So today I managed to actually start saying hi to people, right? And it's really about, it's not just about, oh, do it more, right? I think something I'm really good at doing is doing things with deliberation, right? Deliberately doing them on purpose. Really learning from our experiences, really kind of like reflecting, right? Oh, that's cool. 2 of clubs, do it. And one thing that I noticed, right, is like in terms of just like my success of like being able to say hi to somebody, I've been really paying attention to like eye contact a lot more. And yeah, so I managed to kind of like on this, basically, let's just call it 1 hour, even though it's a little over an hour, right? On this hour-long walk that I want to do basically like every day, basically. Both for fitness and also for like social practice. Oh gosh. I managed to say hi to like 3 to 4 people, and yeah, and then like even more like smiles and nods, you know. So I'm really happy about that. And then like, no, I haven't been able to do the thing that I really wanted to do, but I'm really hoping to work toward that by building momentum. Which is, I wanted to kind of go like, hey, excuse me, can I ask you a quick question, right? And if they're down to talk with me, I go like, are you an introvert or are you an extrovert? Because I really want to know about kind of, well, what kind of revelations have people had with themselves, you know, in their journey to understanding themselves? Like what have they What have they figured out? And if they answer introvert, right? I would probably follow up with like, do you have trouble with, or do you relate to anything along the lines of like wanting to connect with people but having a lot of trouble with it, maybe some social anxiety, right? And then like, this can go two ways. One is like yes, in which I would want to be like, yeah, like let's talk about that. Like how has that been going? Have you been doing work for that? Or the other is like, no, I don't have trouble with it, right? And one thing that I really am curious about, new Larry Jr. sound by the way. One thing I'm really curious about is the whole act of learning to love to be alone. This is something that I've been working on, and I realized, right, like I've always needed validation from other people, never had the confidence. And I always chased, not just my partners, right, chasing, but I've always chased connection instead of letting it come to me. And, you know, people, this friend that I ran into on the walk today, that I had no idea I would meet, he said that people have a very good subconscious vibeometer, and it's very true. Trisag is really nice. Oh my gosh. We're gonna go for key piece 2 here as well. Wait, well, how does Trisag work with, oh, it just doesn't. Okay. All right then. So anyways, yeah, people have a really good vibeometer, and I've been chasing connection for a really long time. So I've been working on basically learning to love to be alone, because I've also realized that in my relationship, I didn't do that. And I'm sorry to say, right, but I kind of put my happy, like whether I was happy or not, I put my emotional needs on my partner, right? And that was very troublesome. So I need to learn to be not so dependent. You know, that definitely a big learning experience for me. Magician, yeah, sure. Big learning experience for me. There's a lot of things in here. Okay, cool, we're done. And yeah, overall, I just want to learn like how have other, what is the journey like for other introverts? You know, I don't even know if I'm an introvert. Honestly, half the time I call myself an ambivert, because I don't really feel drained from interacting with other people. Maybe I will feel drained after a super long time, right? But more often than not, I find myself craving like people, right, to be around. But it's like, just because you like to be with people doesn't mean it should be the end of the world when you don't have people, right? That's my philosophy. So I need to learn how to do that. Now, as for if they answer like, oh, I'm an extrovert, right? I would probably say things like, hey, so you're extroverted. Oh, and then like a solid follow-up question that I have in mind is like, oh, hey, you're introverted / extroverted. How do you know that? How do you define it for yourself, right? And then for me, it's like, do you? I really like this interpretation, which is like, do you feel drained after interacting with people, or do you feel recharged, right? If you're on your own, do you feel recharged? And like everyone has varying degrees to this, right? Like you can like your alone time, but sometimes too much alone time can leave you drained, and then vice versa, right? So everyone's varying degrees of these, and I think it's more about like, okay, this tech X is really not working out for me with this extra shot speed. Like I'm not a fan of this. But you know, it's a matter. Oh gosh, none of these are that good. I don't think I'm taking any of these. Okay, just so I'm curious. Okay, yeah, cool. All right, we're gonna keep going. And I wanted to ask, like, for if you're an extrovert, like, do you deal with like anxiety or social anxiety, right? Or like, I'm like, okay, I didn't think I'd get this far with extroverts, right? But like, I guess because my plan was like, oh, okay, you're extroverted, okay, you can do the carrying now. Like, that was my plan, but no, not really. But it's mainly just like how, or like, do you just effortlessly interact with people, or is there also like a level of skill to develop, right? Is this like a muscle you have to train? Right? I would imagine that, you know, like I'm pretty sure it's easy to chalk extroverts up to like, oh, it's so easy, it must be so effortless for them, but No, well, you know, social interactions are still very much a skill that must be learned. So, like, how did they get there? What is it like, right? And then, like, most importantly, I want to, uh, you know, if they allow me to expand on elaborate on myself a little bit, because sometimes people want to hear what's up with me too. I have learned though that like it's mostly about them, right? When it comes to conversation, the time for you will come. Let them talk about them first, you know. I think that's a mistake I did a little too much, right? Just needing that connection so much. So I would kind of find any window to kind of twist the conversation about me. I know that sounds really like bad, but it wasn't actually that bad. You know, it was just more like, often somebody would say like, oh, I'm doing music right now. And I'd be like, oh my gosh, me too. Right. And like, hey dude, I know that's not like terrible, but I realized that sometimes it can really impede the flow of the conversation. So I've learned to do that much less now. Also, I thought I had the mod for doing these really fast, but I guess I don't. But it's okay, we'll be here because I'm gonna be talking. Actually, yeah, no, I'm gonna talk. I don't care. Another thing that I want to do is I want to start going to bars more. Clubs maybe not so much, but I do like I actually do. I mean, like music is something that I think I am very interested in, and dance as well. Something that I've always been a little interested in, but now more than ever. And you know, I realize now, because dude, before like reassembling myself the way I am now, I would always be like, oh, I'm kind of a homebody. That's not the kind of thing that I would do. I would be like, oh my gosh, how scandalous, right? Just really like holding myself back instead of really trying, right? And then like, and even if you do try once, it's not about, oh my god, speed down. This is not what I needed. It's the reason why I was trying to do this blood bank so I could get a speed up, but it insists on giving me absolutely nothing. You know what? We're gonna go to the shop first or something. Jeez, this is definitely the slowest flying creature you have ever seen. But it's fine. We're gonna be fine. Luck up. We like to see it. Oh, they're called keepers. That's what they're called. It took me only 37 minutes to remember. Yeah, we're gonna get some HP back. I really want to speed up, man. Like, I don't think I've ever been at 0.73 speed. This is really painful. Should we go into the dice room? Maybe we should. Let's go ahead. What is this one? It is the D6 rerolls all pedestals on the floor, right? Boom. I don't know if I should have done that then and there, but okay. Not impressive. Poop. Okay, fine enough, good enough. But yeah, I've been thinking to, like, treating myself a little bit, and like going to clubs and then most importantly, I want to go to the bar. Because like I just want to talk to people, get to know people in a kind of like a place of socialness. Oh my god, finally. Just a place where people expect to be interacting, right? Like, because when you're walking down the cliff, it's like, okay, I'm not too sure. But when you go to a bar, it's like your chances of wanting to talk to people are just that much higher. And also a little bit of dancing juice wouldn't hurt with interacting. You know, so just really trying to like talk to people, and again, right, just conditioning my brain that like rejection is not final. This is a quote that my dad has been telling me for a while, but you know, failure is not final. And well, yeah, that honestly holds a lot of meaning to me, much more than I think I give credit for. And yeah, just trying to talk to a lot more people and just get better at talking to people, right? Can we just get better at talking? Can we just get better at communicating, right? Instead of being so anxious and going like, oh my god, I have to default to my comfort people, the people that I know I don't need to put any effort into interacting with. I need to go to them. And then like wishing that I could make more friends that were like that. It's like, dude, it's like a catch-22. Like, yeah, you can make friends where you exert zero social effort at all, but to do that, you have to first exert social effort. And if you are so anxious that you cannot do that, then you'll have to find a way to ease yourself into that. And that's what I'm doing right now. And I am really building up that momentum. I can already feel my confidence and my ability to interact to be so much better because I have been paying attention to basically the way I interact versus the way other people interact. And yeah, like, oh shoot, I should have taken the Eternal Heart, but it's fine. We're just doing a standard like going down run because I think completion mark wise, yeah, I need to go down. I'm playing Maggie today because I don't have enough completion marks with her. Right? Even the standard Isaac runs, I don't have any completion marks for, so we're just doing that. And ouch. I forget what I was saying, but yeah, oh yeah, I'm getting like a lot better at talking now with people. And I always thought I was good at talking. I guess, how about this? I'm good at speaking, but I may not be that good at conversations. And I definitely confused myself quite a bit with that. So what's one thing that I'm doing? Oh, dude, I love this. I love this new thing that I'm doing. I am letting silence rock, you know. I'm letting, when people like stop, are reaching the end of their sentence, I am no longer like preloading my follow-up, you know. And I really like this quote, which is this, you are listening not to understand, but to reply. And I really like that because I feel like that's exactly what I've been doing. I've always been like, oh, I'm such a good listener. You know, I'm really great at listening when people would talk, right? I thought, oh, okay. I guess this is what we're doing. Yeah, I'd always be like, yeah, being a great listener is like always acknowledging when they're talking and really intently listening. And I was really intently listening, right? But I realized I was listening so that I could find any details and openings to kind of let them know that I was in fact listening, right? And in retrospect, it just feels like a really insecure way to listen, right? Oh, I'm listening so that I can say something so that they know I'm listening, right? And so I would find myself constantly going like, yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, no, me too. Like doing that over and over and over again. And it's like, dude, if it was exhausting me, it would be exhausting for them too, right? And the fact that I never thought about that, you know, like, you know, you, as a person who thinks they're very self-aware, just how self-aware can you be, you know? I am self-aware enough to know that I am not self-aware. Can we just, you know, put that out there? And so, oh, that's okay. And so, yeah, I've been letting the silence rock lately. And people will like finish their thought and like enough time will elapse where I think most people would be like, okay, it's time for me to say something, right? But I'm like, no, dude, I keep quiet. And you know what ends up happening? The person I'm talking to ends up throwing in their own follow-up, and their own follow-up tends to be something around either what they thought of as they were talking about their last thought, or more importantly, I'm gonna say this because I have more self-worth now. More importantly, it's a follow-up asking about what about you? You know, like how. And I know some people might be hearing this and being like, "Well, this guy's talking about the most obvious stuff ever." But listen, buddy, like there's probably some things I'm better at than you are, so we're all going at a different pace, you know. So let's be kind to ourselves, right? So, especially if 35-year-old me is watching this, he'd probably be like, oh, this guy's real cute. Anyways, it's not often I fight this boss, so that was pretty cool. We got a little binky. Oh my god! This is gonna solve everything! I think. But yeah, you'll love to see it. This is finally a run, ladies and gentlemen. Took me long enough. Really enjoyable run so far, honestly. But yeah, talking and just staying quiet, super powerful device, super powerful tool. Definitely doing that more. And then if the silence goes on for long enough, then I'll have my usual preloaded follow-ups, and then I'll mention them. You know, so far that has been a great recipe for success, and I'm very happy, very pleased with myself for that. Somebody's in here. Okay, yeah, homing Tech X is just really nice to look at, especially the white effect. Love to see it. Love to see it. But overall, talking to people, working on myself, trying to do more fashion, be more fashion aware. So that's awesome. What? Anyways, so that's awesome. Yeah, I'm applying for part-time jobs too, because like I really like the way my brother Sam put this, which is like he knows we were talking about this, right? And he was like, oh yeah, I'm aware that some people like to have money for themselves rather than time, but for himself, he prefers the time. And then I was like thinking about that, right? I was like, yeah, that's precisely the thing for me. I have had too much time for myself that I feel myself going insane. I want to do like rewarding things. I can't just like do only consume and not produce. That's something I learned about recently too, right? That fulfillment comes from a place of selflessness. I'm not gonna say everyone's like that, but for me, just like fulfilling myself, and I don't think it was enough. You know, I need to do things, and yeah, again, I've held myself back so much because there's again something that people with adult ADHD can relate to. It's like waiting mode, but you know, there's varying degrees of waiting mode, and you know, sometimes it's like the usual waiting mode is like, oh, okay, people have something at 5 p.m, so they just waste the entire day until it's 4, and then they finally do something. Right? And for me, right, dude, I feel like I have been in waiting mode for like my entire college life, and funnily enough, thanks to COVID, it's been 6 years since I started college, and I'm still not out. Like, dude, imagine, right? How must I be feeling right now? Well, I will say, I actually feel pretty good right now. My nose is really itchy, but that's about it. And also, I'm not feeling great about the double deals in this run, but it's fine because we got Sacred Heart. And we are going down, if I recall. Yeah, we are going down, which is ironic because I have a Sacred Heart, which is hilarious. We're going down in an earlier round. What is this? What is this? Oh, Perth Row is perfect. You know, it would be hilarious if... Yeah, I know. We're taking Perth Row, and we're going to Dark Room, and we're getting a Brimstone Tech X. Yeah? Crap, that guy just outplayed my ass. I'm trying to be more kind to myself as well. I was talking about, like, the Post-it note, where I planned out my entire day, right? Boom! Okay. Alright, we tried. Oh, that is some good damage. Yeah, the Tech X is finally coming into play. Super solid boss damage as usual. We're getting hit every time they attack. It's fine. Also, the Nose Goblin is really nice. Or is it Snot Goblin? Okay, we're gonna walk in a big old circle, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, look at that. That's one shot of my Tech X. You love to see Sacred Heart, you know? It really just put the cherry on top for everything. And then we're just gonna Dark Room. Yeah? Yeah. We have a Perth Row. Let's take a look. But, oh yeah, I was talking about, ooh, Satanic Bible. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Perth Row. Camo Undies. I don't know. I need something for boss fight. None of these are good. I might actually just genuinely not take any of these. But okay. I was talking about being more kind to myself because I I didn't get everything that I wrote on the post-it down, you know. And I think like me from before, I would kind of chase that perfection and really strive, and like really let it get to me that like, oh, I wrote all this on and post-it down and I didn't get to the last 3 things that I wanted to get to. But big thing that I've been kind of reminding myself is momentum, right? And just like, even if you start small, even if you don't achieve like half the things you want to do, just doing that initial 10% and like grabbing onto that and perpetuating that, dude, eventually you might find yourself at beyond 100%. And it's all about momentum. Like one really profound thing that I actually realized about myself is that like when the whole like breakup thing was happening and throughout this year at Santa Cruz in a new environment with a lot of just like going to Santa Cruz was like everything I ever wanted, right? I was finally at a 4-year institution. I was finally living on the dorm, right? I wanted to like experience everything. I wanted to make all the mistakes I could so I could have the maximum possible amount of growth. And then I just realized, right, at some point, only recently, that I have been trying to min-max my own growth, which is so funny. I've been in such a rush to grow that I've been going like, oh, I gotta run into every single mistake I can so I can grow, I can da-da-da. Well, if you take a step back and you look at it from a more meta perspective. Oh, what? I don't even know what that does. I forget. Anyways, if you take a step back and look at it from a more meta perspective, yeah, that was a mistake I made myself, trying to grow too fast. And yeah, just kind of like as you go, you'll kind of calibrate the way you approach life, and that was definitely like a moment where I needed to recalibrate, right? Kind of hold the horses a bit. I don't regret it, you know, because yeah, before it was like I mean, it's good that I want to grow, you know. It's great. Okay, this is decent boss damage. I appreciate that we have good boss damage. We have Snot Goblin as well. I don't care if it's Nose Goblin. I'm gonna call it Snot Goblin, but this is pretty good boss damage. I'm very happy with it, and we have a lot of hits to hit with, so things are looking good for this boss fight. And then we have a Delirium fight. We also have a Mega Satan fight. What do we want to do? I don't think any of these are going to be good. I don't even want to try. Should I try? Okay, listen. If we were gonna try anything, wait, hold on. Gotta look at the completion mark. So we've already done Mega Satan. Gotta at least try Delirium, right? Okay, we'll try Delirium. You know, I'm really glad that this run was such a nice run. You know, it wasn't too stimulating. You know, sometimes I watch Madman. It's like almost every run that he posts, it's like some sort of super crazy run that eventually is like kind of hard to look at. You know. All right, let's Magic Mush this up. Nope, I'm getting nothing. But yeah, so what else was on the little notepad, right? Well, I did want to apply to more jobs, more part-time jobs. I applied to Woodstocks, which is this really beloved pizza place in Santa Cruz that all of us students love to go to. And I literally saw somebody that I was in class, like a classmate of mine, somebody in my game design program. I saw him working at Woodstocks. I was like, oh, you know, so it can't be that hard, right? Yes. And I really wanna work at like genuinely retail. I want a job, right, that forces me to interact with strangers, not on my terms, right, but on their terms, I suppose, if you could say that, so that I finally, like, you know, I can go home and be like, oh my god, finally I can be alone, right? I think that's really gonna help me with like just the socialization, like socializing myself or re-socializing myself, sorry, and also like appreciating my time alone, right? That's something that I really want. It looks like I was right about Delirium being the one on the very left. I know I'm getting hit like crazy, but like, come on. You cannot you cannot care that much, right? Because I know I don't. I gotta say, as of late, I guess because of like all the emotion, how emotionally draining going through my heartbreak is. When gaming, almost nothing phases me now. I played some Dota with my friends yesterday, and I kept dying like over and over. It did not phase me at all. Like, I was just like, oh, I'm dead, but I come back with full HP and full mana. I like that. You know, I couldn't stop seeing the positives of feeding my ass off. And also, ultimately, I also knew that, like, yeah, death is a death, but that doesn't stop me from playing really textbook. Playing very well, you know. It doesn't stop me. So play very well I did. And that's all I want to be. I want to be solid. I want to be consistent. I don't want to be perfect. I don't want to be perfect. And you know, I think it's been helping me have more fun with playing Dota. So that's a little surprising. Yeah, big theme of the video for today, right? Just we don't need to be perfect. We don't. I don't need to be perfect. Okay, so here's the Delirium fight. We're gonna try our darndest, and we're gonna see what happens. If I beat Delirium, I'm gonna be happy. If I don't, you know what? I want to beat Delirium. What? Oh gosh, what am I saying? Oh wait, we have freaking. Okay, come on. Okay. Yeah, this is not cool. All right, I'm gonna lock in. Like, how disappointing would it be, right, if I made this video and it's like the jump start to an entire series and I don't beat Delirium on the first try? How could we possibly have that, right? I did not know that was a thing. How many more mistakes can I make? Dude, my nose is too itchy for this. I don't even know what I'm getting hit by. Listen, if I end up dying, I'm not gonna hold it against myself. But I am a gamer. But we are looking kind of okay right now. Come on. Really looking at my own character. Really dodging. Is this dealing damage? Yes, it is. Okay, lock in. I'm really analyzing every single attack pattern from this boss. Oh my god. The sheer amount of information flowing through my brain is absolutely overwhelming. And yet I am still handling it. Come on. Ladies and gentlemen, that was an incredible run. Thank you so much for tuning in. I feel like I know y'all so much better than before, and I am looking forward to having a great rest of the night. Have a wonderful year, everybody, and GG.